All right. Let's sell off the trailer. Let's sell off the silage bales first, and then we're gonna grab the other ones. Head over to the other farm, dump them off, and then feed that. We'll buy some aminals, and we're gonna feed them. This little truck might actually work better with the giant trailer because it's smaller, so it can turn a lot easier. And it actually allows me to turn more. Like the case gets stuck right about here. This one I can actually turn almost full 90 degrees. What's the matter, Ryan? That sword is too big for any human. A bastard sword? A farging bastard sword. You can't say that word on my channel. That's why you have your own channel. Ryan's Swearing Channel. You can watch and thrill as Ryan gives other viewers the finger. It's great. Oh, I just drove through the wall of my manure tank. The Belmont viewer clan? Everyone's going to be Belmonts because Ryan loves Belmonts.
They don't necessarily have to be related to the Belmonts, but they're still protected.
Living with the Belmonts?
They're protected.
That'd be like a new TV series. What's it like to be a born vampire hunter? Just it runs in your blood as a family member. Yes, it's the best thing ever. That would be more interesting than a normal job. What do you do for a living? Every 100 years or so, one of my family members kills a vampire. Other than that, we just kind of hang around town. Dracula sometimes does show up out of nowhere. Here comes a whole bunch of money. Are you ready? You ready? Bing! Yeah, 6,000 bucks. Oh, wait, no. 100,000 bucks. Yikes. That's so broken, but great. Look out, cows. Alright. Well, it's feed, so I guess in a way, you just fed somebody's cows for a year. Or the biofuel plant. Where it breaks down. An anaerobic breakdown. You have driven too fast. You driven too fast. No, it said you driven too fast. I think is what it said. Let's see. Yeah, you driven too fast. Autoload was stopped. That part's okay, but the you driven too fast is somewhat comical. Close the gate. Take it to the limit. Close that frickin' gate. Alright, folks, so we are going to run down to Animal Farm Part 2 and deliver these trailers. Well, there's two farm parts. The cows are up by the main farm, and then there's another farm where there are sheep, or pigs, and cattle. This is Sandy Bay Farm. I think the other one is Yantry? Yantry Farm, I think it's called. I don't know. We'll check it when we get there. We're at Sandy Bay, but we're moving to another farm. Oops, England. I always forget. Every time I get on the road, I forget. Literally, I forget. It just goes right out my brain.
You're sitting on the wrong side of the road.
What? I know, he's sitting on the American side, but... or the rest of the world side. Aside from obscure countries like Australia. Australia, Japan, and England drive on the left side of the road. Well, this is what they're used to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Actually, I would think England came up with the car first, didn't they? Maybe France. I'm trying to think of where... Look it up. Google it, Ryan. Google... who drove the first automobile? Who created the first automobile? I think it actually was France. No, it was not Henry Ford. Henry Ford modernized production of automobiles by creating the assembly line. He did not create the first automobile. It was either England or France. It was not the United States, I don't believe. And
Probably France.
the English established left-hand driving, and even our train systems used it left. I think a lot of areas might still use it in America. If I'm not mistaken, I think trains run left and right. I have to think about that, though. Maybe not. I mean, not that it really matters. Trains can kind of go wherever they want, but well, not they can't. They have to stay on the rails, actually. But they can. You know, the controller controls where they roll. But I'm not sure. Yeah, see who did it first. Who had the first road system? Was it England or America? It might have been England. So that means we do it wrong. No, we do it right. Left and right. They do it left, we do it right. Left is wrong, right is right. No, it's just something you have to get used to. I know I would crash if I had to drive in England. I would have to. It would take me. I don't know. You probably get used to it pretty quick. That first accident kind of really jolts you into doing it right the next time. It would be weird. My cousin drove over there. He went to Scotland and Ireland because he's always wanted to go there, and he said it was crazy. Cousin Joe, yeah, he said first of all the rental car is a manual transmission, you know, because they don't. America, I don't know if that's true anymore, but America, most of the cars are, we would call it a standard. You guys would call it, the world would call it automatic. There's automatic and then there's standard. They call it a standard transmission is what the stick shift. So, or what we call a manual transmission. And so he said, you know, the pedals are all backwards, the steering wheel's on the wrong side. He's just like, it took me a little while to get used to driving. And he said then everybody drives like 100 kilometers an hour down these like really narrow back roads. He said it was super scary. And people are super aggressive. Even though there's not a lot of traffic, when you meet traffic, it's like, whew! He said it's really, and the roads are like a quarter of the width that they are in the United States. He's like, they're super narrow, like what we're turning on right here. Like most of the roads are like this. This farm, I think this is Yatton Ridge, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. I just got stuck on something. No, Willow Farm, okay. Storage for sunflower, oats, and rye. We don't really need any of those. But we are going to drop our bales off back here. And our animals that do not exist yet are going to get fed some food. These animals will actually, I believe from what they said in the tutorial, will die off if they don't have food. So I might still wait. I'm a little leery about just giving, because I've only got enough food for like, I don't know, I want to buy a bunch of them, but I want to have enough food to feed them for days. So we need to have at least one harvest worth, one grass harvest worth from this side. I don't have to get it from the other side, but we need to have a little bit more than that before I feed them. So unfortunately, we are still going to hold off on the animals. I'm sorry. I know you guys probably dying to get animals going on this side. I've never really even done them much, but maybe we could buy like a token amount. We'll go here. I guess they're cheap if they die. I got tons of money coming in, so it's not like I'm gonna wish that I had them. Hang on, friends. The final attack button. Oh, they are expensive. $250. Well, we're gonna buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll buy 50. And we'll buy 50 pegs. Koshkon. Oops. Must have slid the mouse off. Piggy! Wink, wink. Wink, 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 wink. They don't eat as much, but I'm hoping that the grass will have grown in by tomorrow and we can still keep them fed so they don't die. They just won't produce as quickly. We also will need to get them some water. So we now have animals. So we're going to shut this truck down for now. Shut the truck down. Sorry. And these piggies are hungry. Feed us, please. We're hungry. Look, they've got manure already. Good piggies making the manure.
This game is one of the few games that actually allows you to steal things from enemies.
There are arms over here, but there's no tractor. Oh, there is the tractor. He's hidden. That's, I don't know.
Horror game?
It's a horror game, right?
Arms.
Oh, there's just arms sitting out. Oh, tractor arms. That's what Arthur was talking about. Okay, so you're just so silly, Ryan. You silly boy. All right, so we get our little T475. I saw a bunch of these mowing lawns today on my way to Columbus. I did see some farm action, but they were mowing freeway lawns. They had T4s and T5s. The T5s are actually a pretty big tractor. I was surprised at how large it was. And they all had really big wheels on them, too. They were using them for grass mowing. And I was like, whoa, those are huge wheels. Like, I'm used to these guys with the narrow wheels. But even the T4s that they had running, they had big wheels, like much bigger than the ones that are on here. They stuck out. So I was like, that's cool. Didn't know that they did that. Now I do.
This game is also pre-stairs.
Pre-stairs?
Pre-stairs.
So now with this trailer, we can only load in 2 at a time. So we're going to have to do a couple loads. So we'll put the coon right here. Now the coon's going to end up going, when we start doing the regular silage, this is going to go back to the regular farm. And we'll bring the mixing wagon over here, because this is going to need to be used to suck up the silage. But it probably still will be a couple days before we get there. Or if 2017 comes out, we'll never get there. No, this series will continue until 17 comes out. And then we'll start a new farm. But I probably will at least get the, because that's still a month away. So we're probably going to get at least up to the point where we have both of these farms set and going. Because right now we've moved into the phase 2 where we actually have animals on all the farms, except for the sheep. We don't have sheep yet, but I'm not too worried about the sheep. We all know how the sheep work. Grass, water, done. These are the animals that make the money. Really, the cows are the money. Our milk cows are the big money makers. They're our friends. They're the ones that we really want to worship. The sacred cows. Mew. However, we eat our sacred cows. Oh, I turned the wrong way. Oh, man. Stay in there. I've offended all my Indian viewers. I'm sorry. Well, they don't eat animals. They don't eat cows. Some do, some don't. Most don't. Oh, actually any Hindu, or I don't know that I would have a lot of Hindu viewers, but I probably have some, I would imagine. You guys are out there, right? What'd you say? They may not agree with my ideals, but I think we can all get along. That's right, see? The farm sim has brought us together. Good call, Ryan. Alright, so. Here you go, piggies. Here's some food. Look, the piggies are happy. They're rolling over. Oh, gosh, food. Yay. Oh, see, they're full. They're full already. I told you. This doesn't take much. So, that's good. So, really, this food is... We have enough food. We have enough. I'm going to dump this out on the cows now. And then get some more and dump a little bit more in the cows. But, yeah, these animals are easy to feed. I probably actually could buy more... Since that did it for the... Well, let's feed the cows first and see how we do over here. But, they'll probably... I mean, they're going to need more than... Because they took 60%, so these guys are going to take more. But quick, it fills up pretty quick. Look at that. No, they're full. Okay, so let's buy more. Hey, what the heck? We'll feed them another batch there. We've got, I went the wrong way. It's under just regular animals. There we go. Pigs. We're going to do 50 more. Okay. These are cattle. So, yeah, they're for beef. They make beef. They make boof. You want some beef? Yeah, no, me too. Didn't we have beef in the oven? Or in the fridge? We have frozen chicken. We could make... You want to make chicken tomorrow night? When you go down to make the sandwiches, take the chicken out and put it in the fridge.
I have normal chicken.
We have chicken tenderloins.
No, those were cooked early.
No, there's more. There's a whole bunch of chicken in the freezer.
Where'd you buy that?
I don't know. It's been in the freezer. So let's...
Sure the chicken that we had in the freezer got cooked by mom last time.
I'm saying when I went downstairs the other day, I looked in the freezer and we had a ton of chicken tenderloins. So pull them out tonight when you go down to feed the kids. If we don't, we don't. But check, and if we do, pull them out, and I'll grill chicken for you and I tomorrow night. All right? We'll have a little cookout, okay, Rue? To celebrate our independence. I think the cows they're still full. We have 100 though, so that should have gone up. Maybe they only have a certain capacity that you can feed them. Oh, we dumped it out. No, there it goes. Okay, or it just dumped out all over the ground, and I didn't feed anything. But that's okay. We have more. There's all this feed left. Look at this.
How long is this area?
I know. I felt like that. I played Half-Life, and I got to this level. Ryan's asking how long he's in a boss fight area, and he's like, "How long is this area?" Or not the fight area, but like a level. And if you guys watch my Half-Life video, I played through Surface Tension, and that was probably the longest level I've played in a video game that I can remember in a long time. Now, I've played the game before years ago, but it took me almost 2 hours to get through that level. Most of the other levels take about a half an hour. It took 2.5 hours, and I only died a couple times. There were a couple spots that I had issues, but it just took a long time to get through all the different sections of the level. It was so hard. What, Ryan? Why? So is the end? Loops back? Okay. It's a loop back? Feedback tester?
Yeah, it does loop back.
It's Guadalupe? What?
It loops back to where I was before.
I'm being a jerk. If I could walk with the animals, talk with the animals, think of all the good that I could do. That was like way off key. What's that from? Dr. Dolittle. A very strange movie about a man who... Actually, it's a good movie. It's kind of like a Mary Poppins-esque type movie.
I feel like I've seen it, but I haven't watched it.
You were little when you saw it, probably. Has a giant snail. He rides a giant snail around. It's kind of a weird movie, but it's good.
That's a bowl of rice.
There we go. So we have 100 cattle, 100 pigs. They're good. We should actually have some ready for the butcher tonight. The downside is, as you sell them, you lose them. So at first I thought they were supposed to breed and create their own, but they don't. So that's a little disappointing. But that's just how it is. Yep. So, what? Mark's confused about everything.
So this is the part where I got stuck last time.
We're going to put the rest of these away. Sorry. This is going to be a meticulous moment. Wait a minute. How did I get a... Oh, no, it's 3. Okay, I was going to say, how did I get an extra bale? So as you can see, these don't take much to feed at all. In fact, I don't even know if I need a second setup. It's so easy. But we do, because I want it. Basically, one mowing on one field, the field right here at this farm, will get us enough for the entirety of this farm for probably the rest of the series. So Animal Farm is truly Animal Farm. We now have all of the... What the floop is going on here? Is that true everywhere? Nope, just right there. Okay. I got stuck on nothing. I want these bales to be in here, so... We're going to jump out here and open this door too, because it's going to be easier to access. And I'm just going to dump all these bales into this barn so that they're not out in the elements, but stored safely away. That's what this little tractor's for. I love this tractor. I wish it was a little... I mean, in the game, there's not a whole lot of use for it, because once again, this game doesn't really support small equipment too well. But for this kind of stuff, it's perfect, and it's... Now that we have... You know, the Gold Edition did add some, you know, with those little cultivators and the little seeders and stuff. You really could start a farm with just this tractor. You know, you get a little cow farm, and the smallest baler would work with this, and you can use it for everything. It'll be a little underpowered, but you could do it. Like my weight on the back, isn't that a cool weight? That's on farmsim.com for those of you that are wondering where to get it. Go to farmsim.com, go to mods. Good luck finding it. Look under weights. It's that website's pretty loaded with mods now, but once again, looking forward to the FarmSim 17. I am gonna probably play the game vanilla at first. I know there's gonna be those of you that are gonna want me to put mods in right away, but if I find that it's lacking things like the auto start, like I really love the where you actually run the tractor's ignition. What? What they're gonna do? No, that will not happen. They might have announced that. They might announce it for the PS4 or some of the consoles, but they're definitely going to have mod support. I mean, it's just there's no way they're going to release this game without mod support. No way. It's just not going to happen. Doesn't matter. That's Skyrim. Doesn't matter. This game. The reason this game survives the way that it does is because of the mods, and the developers know it. They would never make this game not support mods. That just won't happen. To the point where they're trying to get it onto the console versions because the people that have the consoles want the mods too, so they're doing it there too. Now, like I said, somebody said that they heard that the PS4 version, there's a rumor that it won't support, that the PS4 version is not going to be able to do it because of something the PlayStation's doing, but I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it, but that is a possibility. Yeah, like Brian said, it wouldn't be the first time that the PlayStation doesn't support something. And like Nintendo, Sony kind of does what it wants. Look at that. Boy, I did that. Look at that trailer, Ryan. Look what I did. I totally bottomed it out. Like, it hasn't bottomed out, but it's so close to bottoming out. Somehow, miraculously, I didn't end up bottoming it out. I have to back it out of there. Oi, that's a new one. Cockatiel? Oh, don't get hit by him. He's going to kill you. Oh, blood spurted everywhere. Blah!
That was gross. That's disgusting. You're not my father.
Wait a minute. Didn't I have 300? Oh, I bought a bunch of cows. Where did all my money go? Oh, that's right. I bought 200 animals. What, Ryan? What do you do? Turn them into manure? Into what?
In the game, turn them into meat.
Well, these ones, yes, but they're not. These ones are not part of the game. These are a mod. The beef and sheep are mods. The bouffe, la bouffe,
Would it ever get to the point where
et la cochon.
fill your pen up so much that you just make money constantly?
I am making money constantly from the milk.
You fill it so it's like you're gaining like 100,000 every second.
Yeah, I make about $250,000 a day on milk, maybe 300. Oh, per second? You could build a bunch of windmills, but they cost $2 million or $1.5 million each. So you have to get to the point where you can afford that. But yeah, the windmills actually could do that, Ryan. Or beehives. I actually like the beehives. They were kind of fun. I played around with them. I do need to. I would like to do greenhouses too. We talked about that, but I'm not at that stage yet. That may have to wait. That's something that I've never done in this farm sim. Now, I may end up doing it on my private farm because I don't know that my laptop is going to be able to handle Farm Sim 17. If it can't, I'm going to be playing Farm Sim 15 on my laptop still in the evenings. But that won't get recorded, so we're going to be going pure Farm Sim 17. There's no reason to stick around when the new one comes out. I know I love it, but I can't see any reason to stick here. I'm going to go to the newest whatever and enjoy it. Back in. Are we under the shade? Yep. Okay, so turn this off, turn the light off, and all right, so we're going to run over here. So what do we need? We can leave this bale collection trailer over here because I'm going to buy a square bale trailer. We're going to go square bales at the other farm. Not quite yet, but next time we do baling. So we're going to bring the crop in, and that's what we're going to buy. I'm also going to continue to get milk. But this trailer just, it's going to work over here. Isn't that crazy how little food they take? And I love that because it makes it a little bit easier to manage. I don't know if it's realistic or not, but hey, they gotta know kind of what they're doing, I would think. Oh, I already have a trailer over here. Crap. Well, does this thing collect square bales? Because then I've selection attached. Load product type J. Product type X. Ooh, yeah, it probably does, because it does straw square bales. Okay, it does. Look at that. Hay square bales. Square bales mixed. Okay, so we can do it. So we'll take this back to the other farm. But for now, we're going to park it right, let's see, off to the side here a little bit so I can get through. And off the road so others can get through. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning. We're almost done with all of our chores. Great day so far. Oh yeah, I did buy a water. Look at me. I bought a water tank and everything. I am so good. I mean, I suppose we could stay with the round bales on both farms. We don't have to wrap the ones on the other farm anymore, though, because once we start doing silage, we won't need to wrap them. But I will need to transfer the other mixer over here and then bring this one home. Where does the water go for these guys? Now, if I remember right, these guys actually take a lot of water, if I remember right. Like probably two of these full. Maybe one. I don't know. We'll see. It's filling up. No hose. Okay, no, it's going to be one. Less than one. It's we're halfway. 90%. Bing! Okay. Let's go fill the other tank up. We could leave this tank over here. Whee! So these have to be mucked out, and we can put the manure. There's a pen somewhere for that. Isn't there? Oh, this is what I think people were saying. And now they don't make much manure, though, but people were saying that the manure doesn't get mucked out. Or it doesn't, there's nowhere to store the manure over here. That becomes a problem. So, oops. Bottom out. Okay, but it's not at the end of the world, because we can actually build, this is where I'm going to build the greenhouses, so the manure will go right to the aminals. We'll put it right into the animal, like from the animals right into the greenhouses, and the rest will just dump. Filling up. And we still should have some left, so we're going to just park this here. Once that's done, there we go. And so we're going to take this Marshall trailer back. I wish we could load. Ooh, I wish there was a way to load a crap. Well, we can do this. We'll do this. We'll do this. Gonna pull this out. And we're gonna go get this. So the animals are fed and watered. And so we add a new chore every morning. We have to feed and water the pigs and the cattle. And we're going to grab this thingamajigger and drive it back to the other farm. Oops, I screwed up. And next time we come over here, we'll bring back the other mixer.